Hello, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot reading for the week ahead whenever you're finding it. If you're watching along as I post because you're subscribed, this is for the week of August 12th through the 18th, 2024. Before we begin, I want to give a quick shout out to lauraspirit. They are a jewelry company online that has an amazing website. They organize everything into intentions. So if you're trying to attract more love, more money, more confidence, whatever, you just click on that word and they show you all the jewelry that they make that are in alignment with that intention. And it's all like handcrafted, natural minerals, crystals, stones. This is sunstone, green jade, and smoky quartz that I chose for myself. And they also curate different pieces for you in accordance to your zodiac sign if you're indecisive. So it's really cool. And if you use my link or use my coupon code, you'll get 20% off your order. So go ahead and check them out for sure. Okay, we have the High Priestess coming out as your first card, Virgo. Hidden knowledge, hidden information, keeping information to yourself, you know. Also, I'm seeing having a deeper sort of spiritual connection to your guides with yourself. And wow, right next to that is the Seven of Cups, which is an interesting combo that doesn't come out that often because the Seven of Cups is a card of like emotional confusion or having a lot of options for things to do. I just got a weird message that popped through in my head. And I'm not trying to scare you. If this does not resonate with you, don't take it because it's not your message. Like if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But in my mind, I looked at this and I saw like shadow people. Shadow people. You know what I'm talking about? Like a lot of people have experiences, like usually when they're going to sleep or at nighttime, where they might see a silhouette of like a human or a humanoid looking thing. And I don't know why that just popped into my mind. This is why I'm saying, like, if this does not resonate with you or you're not dealing with this, it is not your message. It is not a message for everyone. But someone watching here, multiple people maybe, have been connecting with these sort of spirits, like paranormal, shadowy entities more recently. And that makes a lot of sense with the High Priestess coming out. And for some reason, I feel guided to say, like, it's not you. It is tied to the location, okay? And I've been to certain towns. Certain areas definitely have specific spirits. Like, for example, I don't know why South Jersey as a whole just feels haunted. Does anyone else get that? South Jersey, haunted. Like, everywhere. It's not even a specific building. It just feels like there's a lot of paranormal activity there. And I feel like every village everywhere has its own lore when it comes to the paranormal, and it's all different. Like I grew up next to a town, and this wasn't lore, but there was like a few block radius where it just felt like there was heavy, like, and some of you might think I'm crazy, extraterrestrial energy there, and like a weird pocket on the planet where it just felt like people slipped in and out of realities, sort of like the Bermuda Triangle. Like, I don't know. And there was a lot of stories there of like weird things happening, such as people just going missing randomly when they're in a group of people. And then they pop back up like 30 minutes later, and I was like, oh my God, where did you go? We were looking for you. And they're like, what do you mean? I've been sitting here the whole time. Like weird stuff like that would happen in that little pocket. And I don't know why I'm telling you this. I just feel like for some of you, you may be having experiences like that where you're starting to pick up on certain spiritual activity in different locations. And it's not even just your location, it's anywhere. And it's because you're opening your third eye. For example, you may be walking through the woods and there may be a certain meadow or a certain part of the woods where you're like, there's a lot of fae activity going on here. Or you might be traveling and visit a certain town, and you may really feel like there's a lot of shadow people energy here. You know what I mean? I don't know why. It's just very psychic, third eye open type of stuff. And we're talking more paranormal things. And this is now going to apply for all of you. Your third eye feels very open, and these sort of psychic downloads, epiphanies that really help your life, but also picking up on the subtle energies and spirits. It's starting to happen to you more and more. We have the Three of Swords coming out. Okay. I actually like this card for you next to the Seven of Cups because this is showing clarity after emotional confusion. So, for example, the Seven of Cups to me can be a card of delusional thinking, which I feel like we're all victim of at certain times in our lives. For example, like you may be delusionally thinking that, you know, you're going to end up with somebody who has like every single emotionally unavailable red flag in the book. And you keep trying to convince yourself of that, even though your intuition is telling you, no, that's not going to happen. And because your third eye is open, I feel like you have ancestors, you have spirit guides that are able to very clearly communicate with you. And they may actually bring in some, as I call it, devastating clarity into any situation you're being delusional about. I'm sorry, but that's just what I'm seeing for you. It's a good thing. It's very good for you. Like, you don't want to stay in that state of delusion. And yes, it may hurt. For example, like if you, I'm not going to give an example, but like if you, I don't know, just really wanted something to work out, but you knew it wasn't going to happen, or you really wanted someone to be better than they are, or changed in some way, and it just didn't happen. It's like there's striking clarity coming through that will help you get out of that delusional state. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy to deal with, you know, it doesn't mean it's not going to hurt, but you're getting clarity. Moral of the story. Second row of cards out, we have the Nine of Pentacles. I am seeing you really enjoying your alone time this week and really focusing on your hobbies and creativity. You know, this is somebody who uses their money to buy nice things that they don't necessarily need, but they want. Like, I want a nice car. I want nice clothes. I want to invest in my hobbies, you know? So I am seeing that, a little bit of shopping for some of you, and also just overall focusing on your hobbies more, focusing on the things you like doing in your alone time. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Some of you might take that shopping a little bit too far. And now you're like, yeah, I really need to make more money, like stat. So try not to spend all your money in one place is what I want to say there. Also, this is coming out under the Seven of Cups. There's two sevens here, and the number 7 is a very psychic, spiritual card. So to have those two sevens in combination with the High Priestess just goes to show that you're a very deep thinker this week, and your third eye is very, very open. Crown chakra open as well. And we have the Knight of Pentacles as your final card out. So yes, your finances will improve. Okay, there may be a little bit of a dip. You might panic a little bit. You might spend more than you were anticipating while shopping or grocery shopping or something like that. But it recovers very quickly, okay? So that's really cool. And I'm seeing just an overall focus on your own stability and happiness. You know, I make my own money. I have my own friends. I enjoy my own life. You know, it's like you're not coming at relationships or anything in life from this place of desperation, delusion, or need anymore. Yeah. And I feel like the last droplets of that old version of you that may have been coming from a place of desperation, delusion, and need in your relationships or in anything, you know, you may be processing a few of those droplets. Healing isn't linear. You may feel like, oh, well, that's already long gone in the past. Like, that version of me doesn't exist anymore. True. However, healing's not linear. And sometimes that old you can come up a little bit more. Like, the little droplets that weren't processed can come up. And you process them. And then you go back to your day. That's the beautiful thing about mourning and healing and growing. It's like something that is devastating and consumes all of your thoughts. The more you take healthy, positive actions and expand your life beyond that experience, it's like you stop having those bouts of depression or anxiety all of the time. They become less frequent. Like, there's more space in between those bouts of depression, and it's not as intense, and the duration of those bouts of depression aren't as long. Okay, so you might be looking at your life right now like, yeah, I'm a happy person. I'm not that sad, lonely, desperate person that I was in the past. And you might be having, like, when I say droplet, I literally mean droplet, like very small amounts of that old you coming up, and it's like, okay, you're dealing with it, and then you move on, and then it's like, okay, now you're at the point where there's several months of happiness, and then you have like a 1 or 2 day bad mood, and deal with, you know, some energies in a way that you may have done in the past, and then you quickly correct yourself and get over it. And then it's like, okay, so now you'll be good to go for probably a few years, and then when it comes back again, it lasts like an hour. You know what I mean? Am I making any sense? Like, you've done a lot of growth, so don't let, like, these old feelings coming back up ruin your mood and feel like, you know, you're still stuck in the same cycles, because you're not. And you're choosing the right things for yourself. So you're listening to your intuition, and that's all you can ask for. Thank you so much for joining me. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and spiritual life coaching sessions there, so check it out. Bye-bye.